Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Mal and I am the owner and maker of Made by Manny and Mal. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a technique that I love to use using my pattern vinyl. Now if you're like me and you have more sheets of pattern vinyl than you could ever use in your entire life, this is a really good way to use multiple of them in one design. I really love how this tumbler turned out, and I hope you all enjoy the video. As always, if you do, be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button as well. I upload brand new videos every week. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let's go. For this design, we'll be using a 30-ounce stubby tumbler, and I'm going to start by just sanding down the surface and then washing it with dish soap and water, and we'll go in with our first vinyl sheet. This sheet is from the Vinyl Cottage. The name of it is Whimsical Polka Dots, and it came in the January vinyl sub box. So to start, I'm going to cut away the white border from the bottom of the sheet, and then I'll measure how big I want my vinyl to be. For this design, I decided that I wanted to leave about 1.5 inches-ish at the bottom so that we can glitter that area. So the vinyl is going to cover the area that I didn't tape off. So I just cut that down. I am leaving a little bit of excess at the top because I like to trim the excess off and give a really nice clean finish up at the top rim of my cups. Of course, if you prefer, you can always just cut your vinyl down to fit perfectly in the area you have designated on your tumbler, but I always like to cut the excess off. It's totally just personal preference though. So once I've got the vinyl on the tumbler, I'm going to, as you can see there, secure one end of it down with a piece of painter's tape. Then I'll cut about 1 inch to 2 inches of the backing away and adhere that little section of the vinyl to my cup first. Then I'll use my vinyl squeegee that has a felt edge on it to push the vinyl onto the tumbler, which will also push the backing away in the process. Now, if you would prefer to, you can also just use your fingers to push your vinyl onto the cup, but I always have found that using the squeegee makes it so easy to prevent bubbles and wrinkles and all of those things that can sometimes happen with vinyl wraps. So I always prefer to use my squeegee, but you can see there I'm finishing off with my fingers. Either way, whatever is easiest for you is totally fine. So once we get to the end of our wrap, I'm going to take my knife and cut off the excess vinyl. And I always like to cut my seams at with a wavy line, or like following the pattern kind of, if that makes sense, because I like to try and disguise my seams as much as possible. Sometimes I feel like if you just cut a straight line down, it's really obvious where the seam is, and I always like to make mine a little bit more camouflaged. So I cut that off, and then I pulled that excess vinyl on the top rim really tightly up over that top rim, and now I'm just taking my craft knife and cutting that excess vinyl away. Then I'll take my knife again at about a 45-degree angle, and I'll just shave all of those excess little vinyl slivers from the top of the rim as well. Now what we're going to do is go directly on top of this vinyl sheet with a semi-transparent vinyl sheet. The name of this one is Valentine Floral. This is from BAMF Custom Creations. And like I said, it's a semi-transparent sheet. So anything that you see on that vinyl that's white, that's just the backing. So everything that's white on this sheet will be the pink little dots that we put down first. So it's going to give us a really pretty layered dimensional look. Of course, if you would prefer to, you can always do a coat of epoxy in between these two vinyl sheets, but I've never felt the need to. It doesn't really hinder or mess up the final design, so I save the epoxy and just go right in with the semi-transparent vinyl on top of the regular pattern vinyl. Now I'm going to apply this the exact same way I did the regular pattern vinyl. The only thing that I'm doing differently here is with the seam. I'm trying to cut around some of those half-cut shapes to again make the seam look as seamless or as camouflaged as possible. I finished the top rim the same way that I did with the pattern vinyl as well, so exact same process, just cutting off that excess vinyl at the top. And now we can move down to this bottom portion of the tumbler. So I'm going to remove my tape and just replace it over the bottom edge of the vinyl because we're going to paint and glitter down here, so I want to mask that off to protect it from the paint and glitter. The glitter we're going to use down at the bottom of the tumbler is Lost for Words from Peachy Olive Glitters, and for my base coat I'm using my Delta Creative Ceramcoat acrylic paint. The name of this color is Think Pink, and you can get this paint on Amazon or at Joann's. That's where I found the best supply or the best, selection of colors. So I'm going to do one really good solid coat of the paint, let it dry for about 45 minutes, and then I'm going to use my UV resin to adhere my glitter. If you want to, you can use regular epoxy, you can use glitter glue, Mod Podge, whatever you prefer to use is totally fine. I'm using UV resin here mostly because I'm impatient and I want to put the glitter on like with the epoxy method, but I want it to cure a lot faster than regular epoxy. So I'm going to spread that on the bottom of my tumbler, then go in with Lost for Words, and then I will remove my tape and set it in front of my UV lamp. I'm going to put it on my turner and then cure that glitter for probably, I think I let it spin for like 30 minutes. And once it's dry, I'll go in with my glitter sealer. So for my sealer, I use a 50-50 ratio of water and the Crystalac glitter glue. And I'm just going to use that on that bottom glitter section, let it dry for 2 hours, and then I'll add 2 coats of epoxy to my tumbler. Each of those coats was about 25 milliliters, and I used the Flynn Sisters Fast Cure epoxy for both of them. Now the final thing that we need to do is add our vinyl striping. I'm using my champagne gold textured metallic vinyl from Teckwrap Craft, and I cut these at 0.01 inches in width, and I put one where the vinyl and the glitter meet, and then one little accent line right below that to give us a little bit of extra detail. Once those were on, I added another 2 coats of epoxy, and that's it. We are all done. So this is a super easy tumbler design. You can take this technique and layer literally any 2 sheets of pattern vinyl that you want. You can do regular transparent over your pattern vinyl. You can do semi-transparent like I did here, but really the options are endless, the combinations are endless, and you can make something really fun and unique and something really easy. So that's it. I really hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know, of course, what you think down below in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Love you. Bye. What is that? Who are you? Okay, I think that's it. Why do I do this? Are you okay? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Made by Manny and Mal. You can join my mentorship group at the website on your screen. I'd love to have you in the Elite fam. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are not already so you don't miss any of my new videos. And while you're here, here's another video for you to check out. I want to say a huge thank you to my channel members and my Elite fam members. You guys make this channel possible. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.